Alright. End turn there. Also, when, you start bordering a country or whatever, you'll start seeing their actions and what they're doing. I guess it keeps you aware of them. Japanese symbols is being attacked. It's like that because the people who translated the game, Yandere Translations, I love them, and I sincerely hope they do the next Rance game. Also, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to thank them so much. I don't know the specific people who did the translations. I just know the website did it, and I love them all individually. But some of the there's an enemy soldier, the guard unit. His name isn't fully translated either, and I read the notepad that came with the translation, and apparently that's due to a crash that occurs. So that's why they're like that. And as you can see here, I'm just defending with Katsui alone. He's more than capable of doing that. There will be no issues here. Yeah, I'll attack. I mean, why not? I probably should have done that from the get-go, but it won't make a difference. No, it will not. And I mean, you look at it, they have altogether almost 500 troops. Katsui has 500 troops, so it's an even matching. That's how I look at it. It's cool. He gets 2 smiley faces, and he's, his feelings toward Rance are normal. Once he gets max of 7 smiley faces, it'll go up to trust, and Katsui will trust Rance. The different levels of attitude towards Rance, I guess there's hate, there's normal, there's trust, and there's love. Obviously maybe not obviously, but no male characters can get love, and there are several female characters who will not go above trust. There is one character who is from a previous game that cannot go above hate, and there's nothing you can do about that. You won't see her in this playthrough, and probably not for a long time. Here you can see Harashoji meeting with his advisor, his 3G, so to speak. And his advisor is a diviner. He's telling him that... the diviner is telling Shoji that he's blinded by love for a key, and all of his actions are based on whatever she's telling him to do. They're not what's best for their country or their state. And he still disregards that. They're good friends, apparently. I mean, there's no huge background story on the two or anything, but they're good friends, and the diviner wants what's best for Shoji, and Shoji wants what's best for his country. But he's being controlled by a key, and I forgot the name for that. I'm sure there's a specific name for somebody who controls a government because they control the leader. I don't know what it's called, though. And you can actually capture that diviner before this event takes place and have him in your army, and then this event won't take place. I'm not sure if it's a different event or none at all. I've never done it. But I know that he is capturable. It's from a trustworthy website. It's the Alicesoft wiki. I think it's Scratchpad wiki. I don't know. I've gotten a lot of information from there, and it hasn't been edited in a long time. And everything that I have learned from that website and applied to the game has been true, so I have no reason not to believe what it has to say. It's fairly incomplete, though, as well. All in all, though, you can go there for just about anything you need to know in the game. Aki convinces Shoji to execute his advisor, that's really depressing to me because, he didn't do anything bad, and Shoji knowingly being controlled by his wife does it anyway. That's pitiful, and that's why I don't like him at all. Not at all. Right there, Yoshikage has his 21st child, and it will just go... That's one of the things... Every nation, state has a thing that they do, and that's one of them for him. This guy eats tempura or watches the cuckoo. Not sure what that means exactly. It's like, I thought it would be something that comes out of a clock, the little bird. I don't know. That's what I imagine. I'm sure it's not right. They're talking about stuff. All of his subordinates, as I said before, are based on real-life people. Certainly, Hattori Hanzo is familiar. Hana Tadakatsu is probably familiar. It'll be easier to point them out when I'm fighting them and tell you what's special about them. So I'll do that then. I think I'm gonna go straight to Iga after Hara too, and I'm definitely finishing Hara this part. Well, maybe, probably, yeah. It's introducing Uesugi now, and this is another big player in the game. There's Takeda, Uesugi, and Hojo. The first time you play the game, all of your actions are going to be centered on those three, because they're all introduced to you right away. You don't have to go through a lot of trouble to get to them. Really? I mean, Takeda itself is hard to fight, and the two next to it, which is Hojo and Uesugi, you have to go through smaller nations to get to, but they're not very, very scary. I like the CG a lot. It's nice blue sky, and the color blue and the blue skies are associated with Uesugi, and I love that. Also, this theme is called Mars, and it's probably one of the best songs in this game. And it's also really associated with Kenshin, and you can see Kenshin and Ai there. Ai, the one with the scroll, is Kenshin's staff officer. So basically, I guess she's like 3G as well. Yeah, she does all the government stuff for their state, and Kenshin leads all the battles. So that's what's going on here. They work together closely, and obviously, Kenshin was a man in real life. He is a woman in this game. I would like to see how he feels about that if he were alive now. And Kenshin has her own route. She has a route. It's a good one. I think all the alternate routes in the game are very good. God, look at Ai. Look at that forehead. Yep, big forehead. I like the way her armor looks, and I really like Ai's character design a lot, actually. One of my favorites. She's a tactician, an extremely good tactician, and she is the reason that I couldn't say Sanade Torin was the best, because she is equal to him. They each have... Tacticians have a lot of different abilities they can get, and they have different sets of abilities, pretty much, and that's what separates the two of them. Ai is excellent at buffing your units and debuffing the enemies. Sanade Torin is really powerful, and he has another skill that I'll explain when we see it. Kenshin, like in real life, she's a Buddhist, well, a believer in Buddhism. I don't know if that would make her a Buddhist. I mean, she's not a monk. I don't know. And she has that armor. That armor may have been in real life too. I didn't really look into it. And you can see I think that's the I just leaned closer to my screen to see. I think that's the Uesugi symbol etched into her armor. The helmet and the shoulder pads, though I'm not positive. So, yep. She's talking to some guy in Takeda. They're helping a group of people defend against Takeda. Takeda was attacking them, and Uesugi goes to their defense, and that's what's happening now. Kenshin's nice, doesn't want to kill people. Tries to, Uesugi's role in the game, I don't know how it relates to real life history, was to, in-game it was to keep all the borders of all the states the same. So periodically, if you're attacking an enemy territory, she will come to their defense. And early in the game, that really impedes your progress because she's powerful. Also, if you're being attacked in your own territory, she'll come to defend you, and you'll be able to use her. She's an alright unit for military battles. I wouldn't say one of the best. She has a very unique ability, which reduces all of her enemies' units' action flags by 1. So like Rance currently has 3 action flags, he'd be reduced to 2 at the beginning of battle. And that can be really pressing and difficult to deal with later in the game, but having that on your side in the end parts of the game is a huge, huge boost, and it helps a lot. So that's why Kenshin is such a good unit for that. Alright. Oh, yeah, this. Forgot all about this. This is important for the plot. Look at that fucking monkey. I want you to wait right now and look at that monkey. Look at its face. Just look at it. Oh, it makes me angry. It's that monkey. Fuck that monkey. Anyway, they're talking about a gourd. That's a Tenshi sect man. That is a Tenshi sect man. Anyway, Rance is there with Nobunaga because he's a secret ruler, so he decides to be there alongside him. And this Tenshi man has come to inspect a gourd. There's a gourd given to every main nation or state in the game. I've done it 3 times already. And no one knows what they're for. No one knows what's inside the gourds or what their significance is. The Tenshi sect comes. They send out monks to check the gourds periodically, and they do that. And Nobunaga's like, "Cool, thank you for checking my gourd," and then he sends them away. They don't know why. The gourd breaks. See, Rance wants to shatter it because he's a child. Nobunaga says no. Nobunaga drops it, and it's okay. You know, everything's okay. Then the monkey goes over there and shakes it, and the evil spirit trapped inside flies out and possesses Nobunaga. I don't remember how many gourds there are. I should know this. I think there are 9. At least 8. And inside of each gourd is a piece of a demon that was sealed in Japan's past. The demon was sealed by the Tenshi sect inside the gourds, and the gourds were distributed to the states to keep them in check, you know? And obviously they don't want the demon to resurrect, so they have to keep an eye on the gourds. They were unable to kill him, so they sealed him away. Well, one of the gourds breaks here, and like I said, Nobunaga gets possessed, and that's a huge thing for the game. Because it's why a lot of things happen. Up until that, your entire point of the game, and it is currently, and it is for a while after this, is to conquer all of Japan. That's what you're playing the game with the intent of. You're trying to unify Japan through war and conflict. You do that, and you... let me think here. You go to conquer the states. And as you do that, the gourds are left unprotected. So after this first one breaks, agents start to go around and take the other gourds from nations that you've conquered and bring them to Nobunaga and give the other parts of the demon to the first part of the demon and make them powerful. Once you've gotten to 5 gourds, either because of time constraints or through conquest, a huge plot event happens and changes the whole direction of the game. Changes your objective. You're still playing the same way once this happens, but your goals are different. And it's all because of that monkey. It is all because of that monkey on Nobunaga's back. Yep. And there is an alternate route later on in the... after you beat the game, you can activate it. And it kills... it gives Suzume the option... Suzume, maybe Rance, I don't know which, to kill the monkey before this happens, and then none of this bad stuff occurs. But it makes for a boring game because there's no real conflict. You just get to casually conquer all of Japan, and I don't like it very much. I only ever played it once. It's very boring to me. So there you go, Nobunaga just got possessed. They don't know he's possessed. Rance has no idea. Things like that. He passed out. The game would have been totally different if Rance was possessed. I can't even imagine that. Also, Rance's sword, Chaos, can detect demons and what have you. He doesn't have the sword with him. He's irresponsible. So he just didn't bring the sword around with him. And had he, this may not have happened at all. Koime's all worried about her brother. And this is why I believe she has a more colorful art than her brother. Because you see her more. She essentially becomes the ruler of Oda after this point with 3G and Rance. They'll work together and help her. So, yeah. I don't know. There is no Oda symbol on her, is there? I look for the... Oh, no, there is on the right side of her robe thing. I don't know what it is. Alright. There we go. Mouse wasn't working. I guess I won't be doing Hara in this part. I'll show you a BOTAN hunt, and then I'll do Hara. Yesterday's stew was good. What was that meat called again? BOTAN. It's BOTAN stew. I'm not gonna read like that ever. I am not gonna do that. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, this is just like a little It's a commander fight, a commander battle. I probably shouldn't have done this because it's so unimportant, but I don't care. And then you go here, you just kill these things. There are 3 of them, they're pigs. You just kill them, you get like 500 gold, and it increases as you go on. They're all low levels, they're all weak. It doesn't take much effort. You can do this almost once every turn. It's not once every turn, it changes, but whatever. I don't need to show this. I'll see you in the next